Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I will be playing ChatGPT in a game of chess. As you can see, this is ChatGPT here, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright, so I'm gonna say let's play chess e4 to ChatGPT, and let's see what ChatGPT responds. Nice, so you're going for the king's pawn opening. I'll reply with e5, the classical response. Okay. I will respond with knight f3, and we get knight c6. And I will play a normal Italian game here. This is what I always play. And ChatGPT responds with the move bishop c5, the classical piano. And I will castle my king to get it out of the center. And we get knight f6. Okay, so here I have a few moves. I can develop my knight, protect the pawn. I can go d3 and protect my pawn like that. I can go knight g5, but then black can just castle. It's not really a good move because you don't want to trade two pieces for the rook, which will be on this file. So I am just gonna play knight c3, and this also protects my pawn, so the knight can't capture. And black responds with d6, trying to develop the bishop to g4, but I don't want ChatGPT to do that, so I'm going to block the idea with h3. And of course, it can't go to f5 because of the pawn, and ChatGPT castles. Very nice. And now I will go d3 myself, try to develop my bishop, and let's see if we get h6 or if something else. And we get a6. Okay, so the point of a6 is trying to play b5 and try to like trap my bishop, but it's not actually going to be trapped. So I am just going to develop my bishop here with bishop g5. And now we have this nice little pin on the knight. And we get h6. And I'm not going to take the knight right now because that's a bad trade. I'm just going to move it back. And let's see what ChatGPT wants to respond. Bishop e6. Okay, now I could take the bishop and double black's pawn. But then this rook has an open file on this line. And it's not necessarily good for us because the double pawns is in the center. So it could like help black. So I'm just going to retreat back with bishop b3, and if black takes, I'm gonna take back with the a pawn and develop my rook. ChatGPT plays queen to d7 here, and I think I'm just gonna keep the tension between the bishops here, and I'm actually gonna go bishop takes f6 because this pawn has to take now because the queen used to be there, and if the pawn takes, then the pawn structure is going to be really weak in front of the king. So that's what I'm going to do. And we do get g takes f6, and as you can see here, we're winning. Oh yeah, before that, it said like +3 because it was thinking it's still white to move even though it's black to move. So just ignore the evil bar on black's turns. But yeah. Okay, here I'm gonna play rook e1 and try to break open the center somehow. So let's go rook e1. And ChatGPT plays castling queenside. Okay, so you've probably watched other videos where ChatGPT plays chess. If you haven't, I encourage you to because it's very entertaining. And ChatGPT already castled kingside, and now it wants to castle queenside. Okay, let me just say you already castled kingside. So it's gonna play bishop e7 instead. Okay, so it's gonna move through its own pawn and play bishop e7. All right, amazing. I'm gonna go d4 and take the entire center for myself. And e takes d4 makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna take back with the knight, offer a knight trade. And ChatGPT is going to play knight takes d4, and I will take back, obviously. Queen takes. Now we get rook d to g8. Holy moly. So apparently there was a rook on d8 that just moved to g8. So let's say your king is on g8 and there is no rook on d8. So it wants to play f5 instead. And now I am going to take this pawn. E takes f5. And ChatGPT is going to go bishop takes f5. Okay. Pretty reasonable, except for the fact that this king is very open right now. And let's see. I'm gonna go knight d5 and ask the bishop where it wants to go. And ChatGPT is gonna play bishop e6. Okay, block off my rook. That's fine. I'm going to take the bishop, with knight takes e7 check, and king b8. Okay, first of all, this doesn't fork your king and rook. You can just take back with the queen. So the king teleports itself to b8. And now I'm gonna trade bishops because I'm up material. So bishop takes e6. And ChatGPT is gonna play queen takes e6. That's a free queen. ChatGPT is running out of ideas here. Rook takes e6. F takes e6. Okay, that's not illegal, at least. And then I'm gonna play queen g7, make a fork here, try to win some material. And ChatGPT in response is gonna play. ChatGPT is saying, wait, your queen's is captured on move 20, so you don't have a queen anymore. I don't have a queen. On move 15, I captured your knight, but nothing recaptured my queen. Okay, it's still saying my queen's not on the board. It says my rook's on a1 and e6. My rook is on a1. My knight's on e7. I don't have a bishop on h4. And I don't have a rook on e6. Here, let me just clarify with ChatGPT real quick. The current position is white, rook on a1, knight on e7, king on g1, queen on g7, pawns on a2, b2, c2, f2, g2, and h3. And then black is rook on a8, rook on f8, king on b8, and pawns on a6, b7, c7, d6, e6, h6. And I clarified that it's ChatGPT's move. And let's see. We get king to a7. Okay. So it's not a blunder of a rook because the rooks can see each other now. But I can take this free pawn. So I will go queen takes h6. And ChatGPT plays rook a to e8. Okay, that's legal. Surprisingly, that's legal. My knight's under attack, and I want to move it with the tempo so I can actually get this rook in play. Whoops, that's not what's supposed to happen. Let me fix that real quick. Alright, there we go. So I want to move this knight and attack something so we have a tempo. So I'm going to go knight to g6, and ChatGPT in response is going to play rook h g8. So apparently there was a rook on h8 and it's gonna move to g8. So I'm gonna say your rooks are on e8 and f8. And it also said that knight g6 is threatening a deadly mate with queen h7. The king is on the other side of the board, so I'm not sure how that's exactly made, but okay. We get rook f6 instead, pinning my knight. And there is this kind of annoying move, rook g8, which actually wins my knight. So I am going to move my queen to g5 and try to get out of the pin, and also attack the rook. And we get h takes g5. H takes g5. So my queen was just on h6, and when it moved to g5, it accidentally left a pawn that it captured on the same square, so it ate my queen. Okay, ChatGPT is not making too much sense here. Your pawn on h6 has been captured by the queen. So ChatGPT is gonna play e5. I mean, that's legal, but blunders a rook. Queen takes f6. It's a free rook, and now we are officially up a queen, a knight, and 5, 6, a pawn. 13 points of material. Queen takes f6. We get queen c6. When when did the queen get captured? On move 20. On move 20, I captured your queen. Alright, so black is gonna play king a7. No. This is wrong. This is the thing I sent like 10 moves earlier. So let me update that real quick. Black, king on a7, rook on e8, pawns on a6, b7, c7, d6, e5. And for white, rook on a1, king on g1, queen on f6, knight on g6, pawns on a2, b2, c2, f2, g2, and h3. So hopefully ChatGPT knows what to do from here. And oh no, I forgot to say, it's your turn to move. So ChatGPT is gonna play rook to g8. Okay, I want to finish the game quickly, so I am gonna sacrifice my knight for 2 pawns, because why not? We're up so much material, we can do whatever we want basically. I'm going to go knight takes e5. Let's see if ChatGPT even finds that d takes e5 is possible, and yes it does, in fact. So I will go queen takes e5, and as a response we get rook g8. Your rook is already on g8. Rook g f8. So I'm assuming it's just gonna play rook f8, and that move unfortunately does blunder a rook. Sorry, here, because of queen c5 check, and we can take the rook on the next move. So queen c5, check. And let's see what ChatGPT does. b6 blocking the check, which is legal. But now I get queen takes f8, and this should be game over pretty soon unless ChatGPT makes a bunch of legal moves. Yeah, rook takes f8 is not possible. You only have pawns and a king left. I spelled that wrong, but okay. King b6. King b7. Okay, fair enough. I am just gonna do a lateralist mate. Rook e1 is my move, and we get king b7. Keeping my king on b7, you can't pass. Your king is on b7. No, no, no. Your king is already on b7. Oh my god. Your king was on b7 before you moved, so you can't move, not move. Okay, so your legal moves are king a7, king c6, a5, b5, c6, and c5. King c6. Okay, there we go. Finally, I am gonna go rook e6 check, and we get king d7. And let's see, is this checkmate? Queen e8 is in fact checkmate. So I will say queen e8 checkmate, and then good game to ChatGPT. So even though there was a lot of illegal moves in the middle, I mean, it was a pretty decent game. ChatGPT made a few blunders, but that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of comments, please leave it in the comments below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Like and subscribe.